Welcome to Droke's Notes Brew Review. I'm Alexis.
I'm Steve, and today we are going to do a review of Jack Daniel's, good old Tennessee whiskey. It is 40% alcohol by volume, it's 80 proof, and we're going to try it 3 ways. And I think this is her first time
It is.
trying Jack Daniel's, so I haven't had Jack Daniel's in a long while. I think it's been a few
had
years.
Tennessee Honey like a couple
we
months
tried-
ago, but that's about it.
Yeah, we tried Tennessee Honey, we tried Apple, and we tried Tennessee Fire, but this is the first
Which
time
is
just
good.
straight Jack Daniel's, good old-fashioned Tennessee whiskey from
Chris Stapleton's fave, apparently.
Lynchburg, Tennessee. So it's good old Jack Black, old number 7. And again, we're going to do this 3 ways. We're going to try it neat. Then we're going to put some ice in it, try it on the rocks, and then we're going to throw some Coke in it and try good old Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke.
Want to make sure I pour an even amount for both of us. That way there ain't no crying in baseball. Here you go. Put this good old Jack Daniels up here.
Woo! Don't smell it.
So here we go.
Burnt my nose hair.
Man, nice. Does get a little bit of the
Oh,
the
I'm already not
alcohol
gonna
burn,
like
but
it.
it's not
neat.
too. It's not too strong. There's that good old. Man, it's got a little woody smell to it.
Let's just get this over with. I have to have a
Nice.
chaser because I'm a little girl.
Nice. So first drink. Don't worry about chasing it. Don't do that. You want, if you need to do whatever you need to
Prepare
do,
myself.
put that to the side. So first drink, just take a little sip, take a little drink, and just swallow it. Don't let it sit in your mouth. Don't do anything. Just take a drink and swallow it and be done with it. Okay. First
But
drink.
I have to try it.
No, first drink. Take a drink and swallow it, and then after that, if you want to swish it around a little bit,
Okay, I will not do that.
just take a drink, swallow it, and then the flavors that come to your mind as you do that. So, first drink of.
I'm not a fan of it.
You can do it. You can do it.
I'm not a fan. It burnt my nose.
Burnt your nose.
I have to. My nose is burning. Don't cough either.
So for me on taste, you do get a little bit of that. To me, a little bit of woody taste.
It burns your nose. I'm not a fan of it dry. I mean neat. Dry, whatever.
Yeah, I get a nutty, a little bit of a nutty taste to it. Smooth. I like it. I like this. I think a little bit of my taste buds have kind of started shifting away from beer to more whiskey, bourbon,
I
stuff like
haven't
that.
reached that yet. I haven't reached that stage in life. I'm still trying to drown my sorrows with Coors Light.
Very, very smooth, very mellow. You do get a little bit of that alcohol, not really even alcohol, that was spice burn from the barrel.
Burns
Where
your
people
nose.
say it's alcohol. This is really not a high proof whiskey. But you do get a little bit of spice in there. But it doesn't stay. It kind of, I mean, if you're taking a big drink and letting it sit there, then maybe you get a little bit more of the burn. But if you're just taking a drink and swallowing, let it go, then
I'm not a big fan of my liquors hot or neat. I prefer them with ice in them or
so we're gonna
as something to dilute the bitterness.
to kind of take the heat down just a little bit.
Just
take
a little
the spicy,
bit. No, I might like this
the
with
spicy
ice.
burn. So what we're gonna do now is we'll throw a couple pieces of ice in there. We'll start with 1 in each, and we'll kind of go from there and see how that goes. So I put 1 in yours, 1 in mine. Now you can kind of, I mean, I'll switch with you if you're thinking. Well, I mean,
Why just 1?
Well, we'll put another one in there to kind of see how that changes the flavor and the
See if one does anything.
the scent of it, the profile on your nose. So there's a,
It does burn your nose. I'm not kidding.
Well, to me, the one cube does tone it down a little bit. You do get a little bit more of the nutty, oaky. That's the only way I can describe it. Notes.
I'm just not a fan of the smell either.
You still get a little bit of the spice there. I would take just a little sip. I wouldn't try to take too much. To me, it's toned it down a little bit. I'll put a couple more cubes in each of ours. So I put 3 more into. I put 3 more into Alexis's. I put 3 more into mine. Kind of see.
Mix it around.
To me, it is kind of. It's taking that burn down a little bit as far as the smell. To me, it really is watering it down pretty good.
I'm a baby. I can't handle whiskey. I've let down Carrie Underwood.
It's okay. It's okay. You can tell it's taming it down. I will tell you, I think so far I prefer it neat over on the rocks. So now we're gonna throw
thank God.
Now we're gonna throw some Coke in it and have a good old Jack and Coke. And I'll let you put however much Coke you want in it. You can fill it up. You can do whatever you want to. I just put like a little splash in it, and you can still see. And I'm gonna throw a couple more ice cubes in it. I'll throw one more.
I can't shoot whiskey. Can't do it. Some guy's gonna be buying me a pretty little fruity drink instead of a whiskey.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even want to take shots of this. I would rather just pour me a neat glass and just kind of sip on it.
What are y'all going through in life to be drinking liquor hot? What is going through your minds?
Okay.
I'm out. I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of Coke. So I'm not a big fan of the Jack and Coke. Even if I put more ice in this and Coke in this, I'm not going to be a big fan of it.
I'm not a fan. I think that made it worse. I'd rather it neat than with Coke.
Yeah, something about...
It just didn't mix well to me. To be honest, if I'm going to be drinking something mixed, I'm going to be drinking an Irish whiskey with Sprite and or lime.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be drinking no Jack and Coke. Or I'm just going to be drinking beer. I'm not a liquor person. Or margaritas. I am a margarita person.
A couple more drinks on it. Not bad. You can still taste the Jack in it.
Maybe if we mix it. I'll use my finger. I'll try it one more time. I'm gonna hate this. Okay, spoke too soon.
You like it?
Now that I've let it sit there a second.
Yeah, let stuff blend, set in. Okay, so.
Still not a fan of this. Like, in general, I didn't like 2 out of the 3 that we tried. So, my rating is going to be a little...
So, of the 3, which did you prefer?
None of them, really. Even though this is not bad, I mean, it's terrible.
So then here's what we'll do. We'll go through, we'll rate each one. We will have to pick one that we do like the most, even if it is not much that you like. So, neat, I give it, it's classic Jack Daniels. It's probably one of the top...
most liked liquors of all time.
Whiskeys in the world. I give it a 7. Neat. I really did like it. Pour a little bit in a glass, sip on it for a little bit, and kind of move on. But I did like it. So I give it a 7.
I give it a 5. So I think I may prefer Irish whiskeys better. But since it is a classic and it does have 2 of my other favorite liquors of all time, I do have to give it a 5.
Yeah.
Because it's got Tennessee Honey and Tennessee Fire, and they're both great. And then you get regular Jack Daniels, and I'm not a fan, but it's still good and neat.
So, on the rocks?
A 5.
So about the same?
Yeah. It did dilute it, but not enough for me to continue to drink it. Like with the Irish whiskey, like with the other whiskeys that we've had, the ice really kind of changed the tone of the drink. It made it colder. I don't like my liquors hot. I think that's the main thing. That's why. So maybe I'll give this a 5.5.
And on the rocks, I gave it a 6. I took a point off. I wasn't a fan of it on the rocks. It did kind of change to me the flavor profile. Maybe if I just put like a drop of water in it. But even with one ice cube versus a couple of ice cubes in it, I didn't like the flavor as much. So I drop it down to a 6.
I don't know. I think now if this had been put in the fridge or the freezer and like got cold overnight, that might change my perception of this or like my.
Yeah, because when you put it in there and get it cold like that, it does kind of change the.
It makes it.
It changes the flavor profile of it.
I feel like when there's not ice or like it's not cold, that it's straight heat, like straight burns your throat.
That's
the
all
whole
the spice
time.
and the alcohol comes out in it. What did you give it on the rocks?
5.5.
And I give it a 6. So you kind of went up a little bit, and I went down. Now
you're gonna go down on this one
well,
too.
Here's kind of a surprise because the more I sit here and drink of this,
the more you like it.
Mm-hmm. The more it settles in. There's something about it. That first drink I wasn't a big fan of, but now I can kind of understand the whole Jack and Coke thing. I do like this. I might would want it in.
Maybe Jack and Dr. Pepper.
Maybe
I don't like Coke.
Maybe
that's off already. Like
maybe
a point off.
Yeah, maybe something. Trying a couple different ones, but
Jack and root beer.
Yeah, that might be it. I think the syrupy root beer flavor might
help it, or like Jack and.
You're gonna say ginger ale. So I will give this a Jack and Coke all-time classic, great American classic. I give it a 7.
It's in all the country songs. Everybody orders a Jack and Coke to get over their exes.
I think the Coke brought it back up from the 6 to the 7, so I give it a 7.
I give it a 5. I'd prefer, surprisingly, On the Rocks more than I prefer Coke or just neat. Now, if we had tried this with Dr. Pepper, I think it may have been higher because, as I said, I'm not a fan of Coke. Out of Coke and Dr. Pepper, I do prefer like a vanilla Dr. Pepper with it would be a vanilla Dr. Pepper with this would be fantastic.
Yeah, maybe.
Or like not an ocean water.
Yeah. So I give it a 7, a 6, and a 7. She gave it a 5.
5.5 and a 5.
5.5 and a 5. So you can see kind of where our taste kind of went up and down with the different variations of how this is being drank. I do recommend it for the price as an entry level smooth whiskey. I definitely recommend trying it. I think everyone that has any kind of bar should have a bottle of this because
it's a classic.
Because even after the first drink, I wasn't a fan, but I've said and drink it. It's a good mixer. You can mix it with anything you want to mix it with. You can drink it straight.
You can play around with it and do what you want with it.
It's
a staple item. I mean, every bar should have one.
It's a good beer, or a good
Liquor.
whiskey. I do recommend it.
I do too. I mean, though my rating was kind of in the middle of this, that's just personal preference. Like, I don't drink liquor enough to be able to give you like a in-depth, honest review because this is maybe like my 4th liquor to try.
Yeah,
neat on the rocks. Normally I mix it, so.
And on this channel, you're not going to get the expert sitting down giving all these taste tests. We're going to pretty much tell you what we think of it, whether we like it, whether we don't, whether we recommend it. We're going to rate it on our rating scale, which, hey, it's all over the board.
It's like.
Yeah, it's everywhere. We're spitballing here, but I do like this. I really like it.
Sugar maple charcoal.
It's been a long time since I've drink Jack Daniels, and I can promise you it won't be that long before I drink some more of it. I do like it.
Yeah, and
especially for the price point. Again, I highly recommend it.
It's a good starter.
Definitely have it in your bar.
It is a very good starter. So like, I'm not gonna stop drinking this just because I decided I didn't like it with Coke. I'm gonna go out and venture out and see what I like it mixed with, and then work my way down from mixed to On the Rocks to neat. Because I think that's how should everybody work with their liquors. Just go from mixing it with something to On the Rocks, then straight neat. I mean, that's how you're going to learn the tolerance.
Yeah, and then drink it how you like it, however you like it. There's another, YouTube channel that they say it, the Whiskey Tribe, and they're absolutely right. The best way to drink it is how you like it. And don't let nobody tell you anything different. How you drink it, how you like it.
Yeah.
But I definitely would say try this. This was pretty smooth.
It was great.
So
It was average.
put down in the comments what you think about Jack Daniels.
If you have one in your bar, in your collection,
how you like to mix it, how you like to drink it.
Give me ideas.
Yeah, what other Jack Daniels flavors you like. Give us some suggestions.
For any whiskeys,
comments.
bourbons, anything we're open to doing as long as it's not expensive. What'd you say?
So, this is...
no, you didn't say like and subscribe, did you?
No, I didn't say.
Like and subscribe to our channel. This is Alexis.
This is Steve. For Droke Snow Brew Reviews.
Peace
out.